Oh, okay. How long can I hold it for? I don't know, but that don't matter. Let's get back into this. Unfortunately, I played this back when I had a 1 day of not being ill, although really the illness is just persistent headache, which is very annoying. But I still got the headache, and it came back again in force. However, I'm just gonna push on through because nothing else is working. Yeah. God, it's good. It's not the best idea to open up a stream/recording with me complaining about stuff, but
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
yeah. Life sucks. Man, at least I got hit airsoft tomorrow.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins. I thought
Interesting.
that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the
That
name?
is lucky.
I'll give you all details.
What's her name? Right.
Yeah. She's a bit too unfocused to remember names.
Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with.
Really? They're burning the mithril? I thought they were going to be making it out of mithril because they were burning stuff that obviously pressurized. You can burn mithril? Alright.
By means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand.
I'm not too
Mid
sure about
said
landing on
we
this
might
thing.
be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
Fun for me, I guess.
See. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Has that got something to do with... What? Getting into it. Has that got something to do with the mark? Because the marks also said something about ruins, didn't it? Or am I remembering completely wrong? Did we carve through this, or was this always like that? You know, it's very... I don't know why... I have no idea where I'm going, do I? Yeah, it reminds me of Ishtar. Whatever. The highly technological city from Final Fantasy VIII. This tech reminds me a lot of that somehow. Don't know why. Specifically, not like the main city, but like some of their off areas. Especially where the big crystal or where it was that they were in. Okay. A fallen giant in the Rosarian ruins. So it's somewhere in Rosaria. I want to give it a go, you know? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. Let's Ishta. Let's make sure we got all of our gear up to normal.
Anything catch your eye? Take care.
Yeah, we're all good. Alright. Let's have a look at this map, shall we? The mere fact that that has got Hand of Hyperion makes me think it's Cresta. Could be there. It could be there. That's not got. It's not like a Fallen Ruins. That might be it. Maybe. I mean, if it's an S rank, I'd assume they put like a big arena for it, as opposed to a normal run. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure where it would be. Obviously, Phoenix Gate would have a lot of Fallen Ruins around it, because that is like a Fallen Ruins base, basically. I don't know.
Come on.
Let's have a look. I mean, there's Fallen Ruins along this way, so it makes sense that this is the direction they want me to go on. I don't know. You lot are literally pointless, Minotaur. Dude, I'm level 35. I'm level 35.
I can walk from here.
Alright, so that wasn't... Yeah, those look like Fallen Ruins to me. If this is it, it probably is. This must be it. The Fallen Ruins. Looks like there's a bloody explosion set off there. Yeah, this is probably it. And just get rid of that ping so I don't want it bothering me when I'm out in the fight. High leveled arachnid. Don't care. Another right one to use. Oh, right. Yeah, right. Da da da. Oh, lordy, you're gonna be a big un. That looks like a super iron giant. Yep. Atlas, my boy! Alright, level 45?
More life left in it. All right then.
Okay. Damn it, the timing on that is difficult. Oh my god, the timing is so difficult! I can do it! I can do it! Come on! This? No! I am not going all... What? Okay, one complaint about this game then. Yeah, this is stupid. If I have to keep retempting this, doing it like this every single time, that's gonna get really annoying. You should be able to just spawn right outside. That's unfair. Come on. Okay, I'm definitely gonna leave that because it's 10 levels higher than me and an S rank, so I'm gonna leave that a little bit. Yeah. At least the S ranks are out of the way from what you can see.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Yeah,
Ready? Leave at once.
I have difficulty doing the timing on that. I am going the right way, right? Yeah. Yeah, that S rank is going to be difficult. I reckon I can do it. I just not right now. Not right now. My head is way too frazzled to this headache to be able to do that in any. Yeah. I'll probably come back when I'm like level 40 and try again, and then if that doesn't work again, I'll just keep going up to level 5 and then just out-level him maybe. But yeah, that's a difficult fight. Super Iron Giant, Mr. Atlas. So what have we got to worry about here then?
Be safe.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
She has such an interesting way of talking. I see what I'm...
Anybody home?
Oh, there's a chest down there! Oh!
This must be our unwanted visitor.
And how do you,
Time
man?
to go.
Ha! Literally called unwanted visitor.
Nice try.
Over here!
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy. Why have I still got a... Easy.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Yeah, it's somewhat good, I guess. It's also very, you know, Xanarkand or Final Fantasy X style ruins as well. Where's the chest? I saw the goddamn chest. I know I saw it. It would be cool if it was something cool. It's a very slow moment after the chaos that is a Titan fight. A little bit of a chill out set. Making a giant, potentially explosive super steam engine that burns mithril. Again, when she said mithril engine, I thought, oh, it's an engine made out of mithril, and they're gonna like use steam or something. You know, mithril's really strong. It'll probably make a better steam engine than a steel one would. No, it burns the mithril.
Soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
So close yet so far away. Because I have to be... See, this is... I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but it's always one of those things where it's like, are they making you walk slowly because that makes the face seem a lot bigger? You know? That's always what I wonder. Oh.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
I guess the main quest must have shut me up a bit.
You earned this.
Right.
All done?
I don't know how much the renown is going to be in the end, or whether it'll be actually worth it. I assume there will be. It'll probably get like... It'll probably be like one of those Kingdom Hearts setups where it's like, you need to, in order to get the ultimate weapon, you have to have done basically everything. You know, so it'll probably be like the ultimate weapon will have some sort of... Ingredient? No. Material that can only come from having maxed out your renown, I'm gonna guess. That makes sense. Oh, what's the ultimate weapon in this one, man?
Hippocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
I was thinking something like that.
Recreate it.
It might...
Like, I was imagining some sort of, like, porcelain interior. Not necessarily porcelain, but, you know, something like that. I don't know. Would porcelain actually do that job? I don't know. That's what I was imagining. Some sort of coating that we put on something inside to make it
be applied to some
reflect.
material or other in order to provide the protection mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates.
Nice.
And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
My two favourite girls in this game, for sure. I mean, to be fair, the other girls are, well, you know, mid. Obviously, also cool, you know. So three favourite girls, really. I mean, they're all the good team, so that makes sense. But yeah, the other girls are, you know, either underage, just generally friendly, or evil! Evil! You know? Like, Benedicta, I wouldn't call her the most evil person in the world, just very, very, very broken, to the point of literally not caring. Whereas, Mummy Dearest, ooh, damn, that's an evil woman.
Do you?
We do.
I would not be surprised if she's the final boss
I'll be
somehow.
heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
This is the second time during this quest that I've been given a choice of who to hang out with. What's up with that?
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research.
Like, what's the conclusion
Leave
here?
the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
I'm very tempted to look up the solutions and like what you get for doing this, but no, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with my guts on this one.
So, Clive, who will accompany?
Jill, duh. She's Shiva.
Very well.
I need her power. Also,
So then,
best
what
girl.
do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
Yeah, I really want to know what the hell's up with them making me make these choices. Because that's unusual. Because we're not fighting anyone. Like, the only fight I had to do was against the armament to find the shield, the fallen piece. The other two were just hanging out.
Where's Jill?
Nice talk.
Like, we were literally just hanging out.
All anyone ever wants anymore. You'll not find a
Those
bruised
peppy
pippin in the
nuts.
bushel.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
Yeah.
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Also, when they say white chocobo eggs, are they talking about chocobo eggs that are white, or eggs of white chocobos? That's a very specific distinction.
Fresh cuts.
Because white chocobo eggs, or white chocobos are
You haven't much.
rare.
You're free to look.
I would assume that the chocobo eggs themselves would
I hope
be
it's to your liking.
even rarer.
You're always welcome
You know?
here in Lostwing.
Just saying.
Oi, don't touch anything. Go on, take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
And what can I do for you? I'll be here if you need me.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Hippocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me?
There it is. I'm complaining. It's just weird to have like this random ass. Like they got a saucer in it. Us just having a talk whilst we're in between like bad events.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh,
You all right?
sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No.
No, Jill.
Why would
This
it
is
be?
how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
Not so sure about that. It's going to be quite difficult
I
to
hope so.
change an entire society
Thank
to turn
you,
one
Clive.
person from a slave to a human. It's not that easy. You might make it that case though, because it's Final Fantasy, you know. Oh, I'm a fiddler. Can't stop fiddling with stuff.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
I really should cover my mouth when I'm yawning. Now that I'm actually technically in front of
I will.
people.
Thank you.
But it's hard to get back into the habit. Got to treat the camera as a person when it's on. Very weird set of quests, man. I hope we actually get to see it. I assume we'll see it done. But I'm also really interested in knowing if we're actually going to get an airship or not. Because spending this much time, this somewhat feeling early, well, late, I guess. I feel like we're past the halfway point at some point. Not sure. Like, we're hitting S ranks. We've got, you know, the majority of our icons that we're going to get. You know, there's only 3 more to get, obviously. I assume we're going to be going up against Bahamut next, because he's, like, the main focus. I reckon we're going to be hitting Odin last, and at some point we'll just get
I wonder how
Shiva
Hippocrates is
for
getting
some
on with the
reason.
moon dew.
I hope not a bad reason, but a good reason, because it seems to remove them from the equation in a way that is not good. I don't know. I'm really worried about how we're going to get Shiva.
How's work on the shielding progressing,
You know?
Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed.
It is also kind of weird that we didn't get Fire, Ice, Lightning first. You know? Like, I know we have Shiva still, but we aren't using Shiva. Which is kind of weird, because there's always been that whole trio of Shiva, Ifrit, Ramu. But no, we don't have that, and it's... I don't know.
And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Predators started reading books that don't have any pictures.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her. Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
crystal too.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him. Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. I got your note. You think something?
So you can read. I didn't say I were wrong with him. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly. Didn't like him. You not been working it?
No harder than you. Is that it?
What was it you said?
That's what the laws must.
Then maybe this all has some...
I suppose things have perhaps Hippocrates.
Instead of every...
Lawsman.
He isn't ill.
I don't think so. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late.
I rather think she might. All canids are instinct, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. If we assume that his new... It may well be that the bones-laid frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon... As to where one might find a suitable substitute...
I don't recall of...
And little wonder. The last elder antelope site...
Even so.
Good hunting.
Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't. I just wanted to ask that you might still be doubting your craft. Perhaps sharing a...
That bastard still. He's just...
And that was?
A sword. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but you could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that.
So that's what's troubling you.
Nah. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword.
Running around after...
I suppose I am, yes.
Little one. There's not many like that make it as far as the... Which made it nice.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I'd help? Suppose you're not likely to... Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmec, and he's got more money than sent. Reckon he'll still be at the inn.
Thank you.
Oh.
I appreciate...
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
Sid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you were mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off.
I imagine Ty.
Proper.
So what exactly?
Nothing but bomb ash. Gave me a sample. You pour the blackest blight walls. So, I did a bit of reading, and do you know what I found out?
I take it.
I would have gone myself, but, well...
All right.
Thank you.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Hold on. Wait. A little. Listen. And it's maybe sadly that square. I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help.
Be late.
There you are.
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight, you get Clive to come to you. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha. And
we owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil
each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and well...
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. And no, you won't, after the king's ransom we had off him. Besides, we'll need...
All right. Is there anything I could...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these?
Rocks.
Rocks, he said. Little something Sid and I set us, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies.
I'm sure they would.
But you know how it is with this place?
I know.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Faster!
Time to fight. I can walk from here.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Thanks, girl. Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Nice try. This one. Kill!
Get him! Get him! This one. Over here! It's a local! It's over.
Your reign is over. No. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. For what? There's talk that the glass...
How the hell is anyone supposed to...
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and oil of talc?
Still no caravan.
Milady.
GIF. Oh my.
Otto asked me to settle the hideaways and to...
I thought you might fight. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. The man owes me now. My contribution to the restoration effort was made.
You once told me Sid did... I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's.
Otto is... I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. And blamed himself for not... I don't know how it happened.
I didn't know.
How could you? Besides Sid, an ill habit, given that both of...
Clyde!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you...
A star! It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the differences in...
Interest? If word got out. Anyway,
Why are you a bit much sending the Lord Marquis out?
Something like that.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing, but it probably knew that without his Sid may have been the... And when Sid passed away...
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? I reckon what he's... And don't we all? That...
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. Good girl. All right. Mistakes. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Not bad.
Get him! To me! All yours, Torgal! Go, Torgal! Get him! Over here! This one! Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
This ain't Drake's fact.
Yeah.
It's gone.
You.
The whole mother crystal gone.
Listen. I've got this theory. The fallen, I don't think they all fell. Some of them are still living.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him some, he has been dispossessed.
I don't suppose a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac.
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool.
I don't suppose you saw...
I did not. Every ill-gotten coin in Dallin.
And that's where I'm...
I shall speak to Lord...
That will be...
Farewell.
Let's go.
Careful.
Time to fight.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
You're finished.
All yours, Gorgon!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamel.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What?
Wyvern.
Well, Redeem here tells me you...
A few moments of your time.
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could...
Oh, Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her. It was made in the... and is used exclusively, they believe. No combat ship. Each sword is made for that one There's a brutal sort.
But how do they answer?
Why, they use a whetstone of whetstones, rather. A whole array of them ranging from the... But it is the final stone which lends a mineral. And that... Why, when it occurs to me that my little lecturers take this, the very stone of... and a fire.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion.
I am locked in I am one step ahead of the
And there are many.
Too many to count. And is a perennial... Farewell, Wyvern. Radim!
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your... Coming, my...
Trust Uncle Byron now.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen...
Ah, but she was just too stuck. She threw it right back in my face, in fact.
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't...
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here you go. Seen enough?
I went up to give some greens to the chocolate.
Sorry for that. Hopefully
You learned something.
I did better. Why, yes.
No, one hit might not be so bad if... Good luck on the battlefield.
Even so.
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the rock, there'd be no replacing this little rock one. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it. If that swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. Nah, no point trying to. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, and what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Oh, just imagine it. Good I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse break just...
I've been working day and night since I was off. Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. You come and find me when...
Right.
Back, are ya? What do you want? Should last you a good while. Fine.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy. Would you prefer the...
What that? I may have tossed it, but those were donations.
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of...
Oh, so fine. But I'm so... Where'd you even get this? A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid... Might be you even know her. If you wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up thanks to this. I sometimes want...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Guillaume.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used.
I knew so little.
Oh, most people.
Martha and the Dame, both. How long did you know?
Before he died, back in the day, I was a purser on a train. He bought passage to... Oh, forget what. We set up Drinking Island, quit my post not long after that. But me and Sid stayed close. That was... before the magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family?
My family wanted the month. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when him. And he was true to his word, too. Threw away everything he had. I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off. So, that'll teach me for treating. All right, now we know what you're after.
Speaking of which...
You can, huh? In return, you can...
Oh, it's just a moment.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your...
We were indeed.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends a...
Do you recall our conversation?
About how she's...
Precisely that. A reason. The Fenrir of legend, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive...
What do you suggest?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary. Consider that in addition to Lady... In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, and that number has only grown, as one can but speculate, as...
He has seemed...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. You're a gent. Right then. There we... The Tell 'em on the limb.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut that.
There's no...
Don't be. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours?
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a sub, but we might use it to breathe new life into all. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on you.
Well,
that's the spirit. Well,
it's certainly...
Right?
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and the rest of us. And I'm telling you,